Hello, everypony, Dale over here. Warning: this video will contain artwork from Willem Crow, so if you want to give him respect, please go in the link down below and give him all of the respect for this amazing artwork. I'm so thankful. Thank you very much for it. Let's just sit and watch this artwork for a little bit and then move on to my theory today. So warning, this video will also contain pictures from Google. Please give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. And also, again, I'm going to get inspiration from King Sombra is the best pony, so of course I'm going to link to him as well in the comments down below. But without any further ado, let's just go. 3, 2, 1. So today I wanted to talk about if Celestia's castle were once Starswirl the Bearded's castle, but I actually think it's a whole other pony that's responsible for all of the castles and everything made out of crystal. And I had this theory before and I have talked about it before. It's Amora. Her finding the Necronomicon book and turning everything into crystals just makes a lot of sense. And if Starswirl the Bearded were alive at the same time as Amora had her reign, I think maybe Sombra could be their son or grandchild, or how to say that. In my mind, or that's what happened when Amora used all of the crystals for good stuff. So the first thing that happened when Amora found the spell book was she had worked together with Starswirl the Bearded at this point for a while now. She was the queen of the Crystal Empire, and probably Starswirl the Bearded had her as a student and was teaching her the ways of things and stuff like that. So her making the Crystal Empire and making the Tree of Harmony, making the box where the rainbow powers is inside, and actually I also think she's responsible for making the elements of harmony. But maybe that's again a combined effort from her and Starswirl the Bearded. So he cast a spell, so he made the elements of harmony and maybe the Alicorn amulet. And Amora did a spell for the Crystal Empire, the Tree of Harmony, the box that could hold the rainbow powers. And I think that's how it is, because I was thinking when Twilight gets her castle, right? It's the rainbow power box that goes into the ground, and new castle springs up with the tree. It's not the Tree of Harmony, but the Tree of Harmony is coming and visiting sometimes in the form of the tree of that's Twilight and stuff like that. That's a little hard to explain, but you all know about that. But I got this idea with then Amora and Starswirl the Bearded had connection or something. I don't know if they were just he was her teacher or they were lovers and stuff like that. And before you say anything about Starswirl didn't understand anything about friendship, that doesn't mean he can't make children or make spells or fall in love, because friendship is sadly not the same as having somebody that you fall in love with. But that's too hard for me to explain. Maybe I will leave a link in the comments down below so you can see what I mean and stuff like that. But anyways, I was thinking again about the way that Twilight gets her castle, and I was thinking maybe the combination of Starswirl and again Amora made more boxes than just the one for Twilight. And that could actually explain a lot with Celestia actually knowing stuff about the box, and like her being like, oh, you need keys to open it, or like I think like Twilight figured that out by herself, but like Celestia knowing what like was going to happen and stuff like that. I actually think like both the castle of the two sisters and Celestia's castle were meant for like one for castle for Celestia and one castle for Luna. But what happened was, of course, as we all know, like Luna became Nightmare Moon, and they got up and fight it, and it got destroyed and everything. And like then, you know, Luna was sent to the moon, and like maybe that's why Celestia wanted her own castle, or how to say that. So she went to like Starsworld and Amora and was just like, well, I'm, you know, getting too sad by living in this castle where I have all of the memories of my sister and stuff like that. And that also makes sense why she didn't wanted it to go there and restore it, or how to say that. That's first later on, like the main six does that. And after they restored it, it actually kind of looks like you know, castle that Luna could have like loved to live in, or how to say that. And that also makes more sense. It's more guided towards Luna's area. I know like there's also picture stuff from Celestia, but I think like this castle were meant for Luna, and then later on like Celestia got her own castle. Or maybe they just gets their own castle when they become alicorns, and that would make even more sense, or how to say that, because like I think like they also made a castle for Amora, making the Crystal Empire her castle, or how to say that, with the help of the Necronomicon book and stuff. Maybe like they meant for like Cadence also to have a castle, but I don't know about that. And if the Crystal Empire was just something like she could overtake, there's still the possibility of like Amora and Starswirl the Bearded also being like the parents of Cadence. So I wouldn't take that away from anybody, and like I think like that could make it even more sense with all of this, and where the castles come from, and like why they look like they do. Because like we also see in the episode where Twilight flies through time, like the castle when Luna have overtaken it, and it's definitely Luna's castle. Come on, you guys, like it's meant to be hers. It's like what it was supposed to happen. So I think like what happened was like Amora and Starswirl the Bearded made the castles in the boxes for each of them, and like then they had to like prove their worth like Twilight does, and become a alicorn the same way as Twilight does. Just when it was like Starswirl the Bearded and Amora standing side by side, and like telling them like, you have done all of this, like, and you have come to this point where you can actually take care of a castle and like be a alicorn. And the reason why I think like everybody forgot about this was still like, as I had in my previous theory, like Amora have used her mind erasing powers, so she didn't have like anything negative or anything. And that's also why I think like Starswirl the Bearded have forgotten that he has a library in the Crystal Empire, because like then it would make even more sense. Imagine Amora and Starswirl the Bearded living together for that long, and maybe like it was only her teacher, but still like you want to give him a good gift, right? If you were like able to. So making the library for him, or like including that in the Crystal Empire, is just something I think like it's really if it's not a coincidence, it's like really, weird to think about or how to say that. But maybe it's just me that thinks like this, and this is where I think like all of the, the castles come from. Like, we know like Twilight castles come from there, but I think like they all originated from the boxes. So like that's different boxes for each pony. Like, and I don't know how they opened it or what were in them, but like I think like the rainbow power had been in it all along, because like that would explain like the elements of harmony, or like Twilight's element at least being turned into stone and stuff like that, because like then the magic that was in the box was just like, okay, yeah, you're not able to open the box, or you were like opening the box prematurely. Like maybe like Celestia tried to open her box a little too early, or when she was not ready, or something like that, or maybe Luna did. But anyways, like this can give even more theories. So sorry this was a little longer than usual, but I hope like I explained everything here. I also think like the loss of a castle makes it so you can get a new one. So like the destruction of the sisters' castle made it so like Celestia got her own castle, and like it did with Twilight's castle being destroyed by T-Rex. But I will get maybe into that in another theory. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that's actually all. And again, thank you to King Sombra's Best Pony and Willem Crow for making all of this beautiful artwork for me, or this artwork for me. So that's actually all. Yeah, okay. Bye.